Hello. Hello, hello. Alrighty, I am back. My cousin is moving down to North Carolina, and he got a really big trailer, big enough to like haul trucks, cars, anything like that, on top of just being a really good trailer to haul his crap back down to North Carolina for a couple months. That's where his wife's from, so I think they're gonna just kind of visit her family, and grab some more stuff if they have any more stuff down there. So they'll be back around a couple months. But yeah, with one of my brothers, good friend. Anyhow, we are back. We're gonna game it up. It's 5:22 p.m. I plan to game to probably 2 in the morning. I'm gonna probably try to pull a late one tonight. Earned it. Did a lot of physical work today working on that. Learned a lot about welding, actually. That's kind of cool. Yes. How many do I have here now? 8. 2 more. No, I have 8. Ooh. Wait. Dark cabinet. 20. That sounds free as hell. Those are worth money. No, a little bit. That was a bigger one. I know these are worthless. Alright, I'm gonna work on my house today too. So that's why it's all empty. I kind of made it like a 5x5 since it doesn't matter. Oh, and these are dungeons. I'm gonna put a dungeon entrance here and here facing towards me from like. The entrance is gonna be facing east. So it's gonna be on the west side, you know. So teleport here and go in there, and then yeah, fucking some cool stuff down there, dragon or something. What I should do, since it's clearly a dungeon, my throne room's here. So dungeon here and dungeon here, I could like have this a spot, like maybe this whole 3x4. Well, I'm limited in rooms, so I probably could keep the 5x5 up here. Maybe remove some rooms. Honestly, like it doesn't have to. I'm just doing it because I can. So anyway, yeah, that'd be cool. My pet's walking around like dungeon entrances and stuff. Anyway, 2 more rumors till I get this whistle, where I'm immediately using the bird teleport, so I don't have to go to Civis and then run to the bird and do it. So saves time overall, and I do love my teleports. I just look at it like I'm probably gonna use this more than 1,000 times. You know how much time that saves over time? And then if you're like a freaking nerd like me, sometimes I'm like super time progressive, especially when I was playing bingo with my buddies. Like, no XP waste, do it properly, I'll put in like 16, 18 hours if I can, dude. I'm nerd. But I have desert task. I forgot I had it. I thought someone was yelling at the TV. Alright, falconry. I think it's only like, what, 1,000 to get it or whatever. So falconry. That would be, yeah, no. Yeah, favorite, yeah. It's cool, I don't need to use my, oh, well, that's nifty. Look at that. It's like, I know, yeah. I need more plugins like that. It just automatically shows a fairy one. There's a clue one that would do that. Here's a fairy you need to go to. Just click the top one. Oh. Quick, falcon. Please, God. Here's 1,000. I didn't think so. Not bad, XP. I try to be up. Gotta be close to him when I do it too. Be a little smarter if I fail. Like that, see that? trying to check the price. Nothing. Why is there a bot here? It's not a bot. Go to Max World. They're not doing this. They better things to do.
They say that those who don't learn from history seem to repeat it, but sometimes history is really complicated, which makes it difficult to determine, well, what lessons should be learned from a series of events. Fortunately, historians have figured out a solution to this problem. If the reality of the situation is just a bit too vague or complex, just make some shit up to support whatever narrative it is you're trying to spread. And if that fails, you can just make up an entire story wholesale. I mean, why not? You gotta get that point across. That said, most of the apocryphal stories that we're going to be looking at today have at least some basis in fact, even if the truth of the matter was obscured for thousands of years. Let's get into it. Caligula is one of the most famous Roman senators of all time, but not because he was any good. While Caligula was kind of a generous and fair leader in his early years, that didn't last. It wasn't long before he became increasingly self-indulgent, cruel, and sadistic. Most of the stories of Caligula paint him as a terrible and potentially insane leader, most famously illustrated by appointing his favourite horse, Incitatus, as a senator. According to the legend, Incitatus lived in the marble stable, was waited on hands and foot by numerous servants, with gold flakes. Not only is it said that Caligula simply brought him a but also that he made Incitatus a priest. However, Caligula did make his horse a senator, that never actually
Do one more. Do some Herbie. You'll see how laggy I can be. Full graceful. Hold on, I think the dog's gotta go out. Oh, no, you were just waking up, buddy. Alright, house to the ports. I use regular energy because in one, let's do some price comparisons here. Alright. Regular energy potion, 10 energy per dose, 200 coins. Super energy, 20 energy per dose, 4,000 coins, 20 times more. A stamina, 20% run, and then for about, I think it's a minute and a half or 2 minutes, you run drains 70% slower, so it's almost like twice as less, and then it recovers quick, and then you basically don't run out of run. 7,000. I don't need a lot of energy. I don't need bank space. I just need energy. So grab regular energy. I bet I won't even use maybe a dose. 14 herbivores, I might use, I'm gonna say 2 doses, just so I don't hit 0. Let's see. I'll just restore negative low. Empty, house teleports, backup teleports, just because I do. Dig site, Fossil Island. I'm kind of fucking up here because I want to actually see Castle Wars. We want to go to house and then Castle Wars. Just go straight to Castle Wars. Butterfly net. That's what I need. Butterfly jars. Yeah, butterfly jars. That's what I need. How about no? Impling jars. Couple of those. Now we're good. Now we're good. Just in case I run into a dragon or lucky. I think. Can I catch a lucky impling though with the that 89. +4. Fine, that's fine. If I run into one, then I'll panic and quickly. I'm gonna look it up just because. I want to catch a lucky impling. If I can boost 4 easily, I need a 4 boost. Hunter boosting. Oh, sorry. So they have like a page for specific skills boosting. Damn it. 100 potion, 100 mix, 3, or the stew, which is a gamble. So I need a 4 or 5. I'm good. I'm good on that. I'll have to get a level up, which isn't far away. If I really want to do it, train for about an hour and a half. I have it. Well, I ain't doing shit. Standing here. What do I do? What am I doing? Yeah, dragon implings. Cool. I'll catch them. Maybe open them. So I can elite. Over the mountains. That sounds like it'd be cool. My wrist hurts, dude. All the work I've been doing playing this game. I need to do my birdhouse runs. I'm never ever doing anymore.
A bunch of human souls by running through the field, Pythagoras stopped in his tracks and accepted his death at the hands of his pursuers. Now we can't say for sure how Pythagoras died that day, we can be pretty sure that it ancient sources did claim something like this happened, but the writer was thinking of the other Pythagoreans who died in such a manner years later, not of Pythagoras.
Got the full graceful, so I have like some kind of bonus out of it. Oh, that pass sucks. I really wish there was a plugin to hide all this stuff. Let me just look up like Fossil Island or fucking. Or sorry, excuse my language. I need a better computer. Oh, I think so. What? Oh my god, dude. I love you, dude. I love you, Adam. I'm looking up literally remove now. Oh my god, there's a Prif one too. Remove scenery at Prif. Removes. Remove scenery at ZMI, dude. ZMI. VMI is even good anymore. If it is, I might do it. Hold A hotkey to temporarily remove the walk. Okay, well, cool. Oh, it's so nice, dude. Look at that! Whoa, 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 whoa.
Of Roman excess. As the story goes, by the latter period of ancient Rome, it was common for wealthy people to have a room adjacent to the dining room, urn, and the lavatoria. People eat a huge feast. Room to empty their stomachs and then immediately begin another feast.
I guess while I'm here. Oh, no hurry. Nah, I don't need a 60. About. I'm pretty happy with a 40. I think 40 is pretty humble. Still pretty good, but humble. I know I'm stopping a lot, which is kind of cheating since I was like, using my energy potions. I'm not really playing super duper efficiently.
To survive, Seneca meant this as a harsh criticism of people who indulge themselves with exotic foods, not as a literal account of commonplace Roman customs. Given that quote, in combination with a large number of stories and words to excess, it's easy to see how everything could have got jumbled up away. It's sort of orgies became intertwined, suffice to say. They were doing that wrong.
I don't like that beeping. I thought there was an emergency going on. Oh, what now? British soldiers in World War II took to singing the following disparaging lyrics about the German leader. Hitler has only got one ball, Goering has got two, but they're small. Himmler is rather similar, but poor old Goebbels has got no balls at all. I don't know, because Hitler's only got one ball, the others in the Allied force. That's the The song quickly spread from the British forces to the rest of the Allied forces, as well as among civilians, which became the broach the second war. I don't know why this is like a tune that I would know. It was even featured in the movie The Bridge on the River Kwai.
might not be correct. Along with the perfect hitman, another famous story is he was actually of Jewish ancestry.
Oh.
A lot of people during World War II Aryans stood. According to Martin, Aryans were any non-Jewish people of the world. Ideal visions of Aryans were consistent with all powerful people who were and darker, and was only of average height. While it would be easy to think that the story that Hitler was part Jewish was a follow-up to the more visually obvious disparity between Hitler's appearance and Aryan and addition. Spread it out Jewish.
Oh, I gotta do two. There's the two that I said I'm only gonna use if I'm right. So I have 8 to go. Well, that's the maximum. Like I'd have to do, but I can get it sooner. I'm gonna get it right now. Yeah, I'm gonna roll smoke now. I'm gonna run.
During the papal procession from St. Peter's Basilica, Lateran, Pope John Paul VIII suddenly gave birth to a child, accidentally revealing her identity as Pope John was Pope Joe.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening! For Christ's sake, what's the procedure? What's the procedure?
Claim that she was murdered for a that she died in the facility. He was quite sure.
I have returned and full run. Cool. Oh, that's a nice plugin. Oh, the video is playing on the stream too. I turned that off, so I shouldn't lag. Keep thinking I'm gonna get the pet or something. Thanks for the info, brother. Oh, I should have been wearing my thingamabobbers. The sectors, you get an extra herb, I believe. And I looked up the strategy. That's alright. I'm missing out on what, like a couple K. I don't really care. I just want this to teleport, so I need to go over there and save time. It'd be nice. Very nice. They're gonna come out like Varlamore achievements and shit. I'm assuming they would. Probably one of them's gonna have to be like get to a certain wave on the Coliseum. Something I want to try. Range is definitely one of my strongest builds right now. That noise pretty good. 3 more to go at the like max I have to do, but I could get it early. I don't know the odds. It assumes they want to know a couple hundred. 100 or so. 128, I don't know. Probably different odds depending on each one. Like the ones where you have to get a bunch of them, I'm sure like the one you get before the max is probably a lot less common than like one that only has like 20, like when I did the falconry. So I think it's like percentage based. Watch when we get this right here, dude. Potions. Excuse me. Yeah. Just chug my potion. My like 200 coin potion that just gave me 40 run. That would have costed me like, I don't know, 6K if I used the super energy. Yeah, possibly less than that, but a lot more than this. Use the regular energy potion. I know how to save money. I don't have a big nose for a reason. Or not, for no reason. Hey, Didi! My good girl. Another girl, Didi. And yeah. Watch we get it the one before I would get it at the end. That's the wrong way, I think. Yeah. This is, I think, my last rumor as well for the level 10. For 10 rumors, and I unlocked, like, the freaking thing. The whistle. Whistle, or however you pronounce it. The birds that fly you. Colorful, nice birds that fly around Varlamore. Because that's how we do it around here. Fucking Lord of the Rings style, giant birds flying on them. I have like a quest where they fight like Aviantes and they fight Armadillo or Kriara. There she is. If I ever made some money, look at all of those. Yeah, I think I need money, so I'm gonna grab money. Get that. Get that. Go there. Empty. There's I have the space. Coins. Get the blueprint and the whistle. Back home. I love this. This is a plugin like Nexus map viewer or something like that, but it's so nice. Oops. That's my screen up. There you go. You know, find a way to lock it better. There. Maybe it's the last time I use you, Renu. Now you're gonna be coming to me when I blow that whistle, boss. I think this is. I might have one more after this. Actually, I don't know. I think I had 8. I did the Falcon and 9, and then this is the last one. We'll see how well my memory suits my brain. All right, boss. Am I done? Okay. You can now claim the basic weapon. Nice! No, that's a collection log. Hunter Guild has to be. Hunter Guild collection log item. Please. So, guess do I get a whistle? Someone. Of course, I need a fucking knife. There's a bank right here. Guild Master of Tatooine. Why aren't you wearing a hunter cape? There's only one NPC that gets to wear that. Oh, I really wish they had a little sneak peek at like a master. They don't have to be 120, like 120. It can just be a master cape. 100 million XP. Cut it down, because I know it's like 104, 105 million experience, I think, for 120. Something like that. I remember Dungeoneering. Knife. North. Do I have a willow log? Oh, he's in trouble. I know he can hear because the TV's not on. Yeah. Alright, and then we are going to. I will. Alright, so the meats is what charge we got. You combine that with a filled butterfly jar using it as some. What? Does it matter? You'll need to come up with the fit. You'll need to combine this to filled butterfly jar using a pestle and mortar. All right. Google, help me. Right, look at the whistle. Charging. We'll also try to bring a whistle alongside raw meat. Well, I don't. Alright, I'm assuming sunlight and moonlight. I need moonlight, okay. I need moonlight. I keep forgetting there's a...
Geocentricity was the way the people liked it. Then in 1543, Copernicus published his book on the heliocentric model of the solar system to surprisingly little controversy. Not only did high-ranking members of the Catholic Church encourage Copernicus to publish his work, but was even dedicated a full third done in the hopes of preventing retaliation. The problem with Copernicus is that it was too complicated to educators.
Bring it alongside certain raw 100 meters solar. It's a meat pouch. Okay. Okay, well, I guess I gotta go to the guy. So I guess I lied. I have to use that bird one more time. Saying to go to him, and I'm trying to do this. It's not working. It's telling me I gotta combine. I'm combining it. JX, regime. Step your shit up. Jam flex. Jam flex and them baloney balls. I don't know. I have no idea. K. Let's go charge Alright, rope. Recharge whistle. Truck charges. 5 charges. You only have 5 charges. I guess What if I signal? Okay. So I guess this just teleports me to the Hunter's Guild straight up. That's it. Okay, so I thought this was like... Alright, well, that's cool. New item unlocked. I'm happy. So, I I'm gonna bank all this crap. Teleport, unlock, grab that. Oh, do freaking do. Get in there. You logs, loot. I'm glad about the 1,000. It looks so clean. 325792 in 3894. I want to do TOA, but I know my stepdad's getting back. He might need a hand bringing stuff. At the moment, I think it's something that I don't have to pay attention to as much. Such as AFK and Castle Wars. I'm kidding. Could mess around with Duke. How much is a Magus ring after the fucking staff came in? I wonder if that went up. Yeah. Ew. How much is Virtus? Maybe that'll motivate me. Okay. Okay. Hopefully the helm's at least 20, right? 6! What else a Duke drop? That's not it. I just gotta hope for freaking Virtus body or the ring, I guess. Oh, but he could definitely not do Whisper right here. How about the Ventinator? I know I just had that. That's only like 50 mil. Oh my goodness, man. Maybe I'll go whack I'll go whack Spindle a little bit. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna whack Spindle a little bit. We're gonna get our +3, which is 1, 2, 3, because the multiplier of that is I should insure it just in case. Well, no, that's worth a lot of money. Like, it goes based off the Vernic Defender, just needs to be more. That'd be like. Glory. I want to use the door. I want to go strength. Honestly. I'd love to use the Blood Fury, but it's going to be ring high, and that's annoying to get back. Prayer, arrows. And then the crush. And okay, that's my spindle gear.
Mary told a story about Charlie who was recruited. According to the newspapers, it was at dinner in London. Mary told your dead friend Charlie saw a Charlie Chaplin impersonator competition where he decided to enter it for a laugh. Out of 40 contestants,
I'll probably do 2 spiders, 200. Yeah, fuck it, 400. Whatever.
Believed it was the third account. Regardless, the story spread like wildfire. It was the perfect story. It was repeatedly printed in newspapers, journals, and other media. For decades, it was treated as established fact. And it wasn't until 1990 Charlie Chaplin Jr. wrote his book, My Father Charlie Chaplin, that the record was finally set straight. Charlie Jr. mentioned the famous story in his book, clarifying that Charlie had become the 20th. However, Charlie Jr.'s version of the contrary to the original story, he claimed the content of the book but also that it took place in the theatre that wasn't the result after he was born. Charlie Jr. also set the date of the contest for a decade after the story had originally appeared in newspapers. And in an interview 6 years later, Charlie Sr. set the record straight. real this time. In short, no version of the story ever happened. Charlie was the biggest star in Hollywood, and to tell the family film company, he already worked hard all day, so the last thing he wanted to do in his free time was go on stage and
Teleport. Wait. I need to teleport here. Wilderness. Leave that. Let's run north. Usually start this from Fearox, so it's a little closer, huh?
What we do know is that Churchill was born in a small bedroom, 11 pounds, and that his mother attended St Andrew's Ball the day before she gave birth. It's theoretically possible that she started going into labour during the times, but she didn't give birth until over 24 hours later, long after the ball had ended and everybody had gone home. As for being born in a bathroom, this seems to be a misinterpretation of events. It was said that Churchill was born in a cloakroom, or closet used for storing coats and such during an event. Cloakroom was also a common euphemism at the time for a bathroom. Kind of still is. Like maybe old people say it a bit more, but you can still say that in the UK and you'd be understood. However, for the events in question, it is believed that the bedroom closet to the ballroom was being used to store people's coats. At the dance, it was
World Hider.
but it was still an ordinary.
Yeah, now what?
And with regards to Churchill being born 2 months premature, very sure he was.
Yeah, you can never find me now. Oh shit.
Comes from the Greek poet Sappho. It's used to describe sexual attraction or activities between two women. The more common lesbian also came from Sappho, as she was from the Isle of Lesbos. While the people of Sappho specifically sexual love, this is supported by her
This bot, dude. You're a bot. Oh, freaking god. Look, they copied me, except you got a green fire cape on. This is insane. Oh. I'm gonna. Bad world. Yeah. I might PK, dude. I might come here and PK if this is this bad. Jumping into. I used to PK this spot a lot. No way. But I'm gonna PVM first, but jeez, oh.
prolific philosophers, having written over portion of the only one of his philosophy that second-hand accounts and quotations from his work that other philosophers included in their books. But if he wrote so many books that were widely circulated,
this is insane to me.
Where'd they all go?
Looks like I'm gonna have to fight over a spot, dude. Movement, there's activity.
For example, Plato
movement, activity. Holy baloney, dude. The gem's gonna drop to like freaking under 10 mil like the blade did. What is happening? I give up.
Everyone knows about treeiness. He felt the physical characteristics of everything were determined by the composition, the behavioral characteristics were derivative of those physical characteristics. Perhaps the most dangerous part of this theory was that it removed the need for brain powers to exist in order to explain the universe, instead arguing that all knowledge of the world could be gained through observation. However, while Plato despised technology and even claimed he wanted to have all books burned, some of the philosophers were able to talk Plato out of it. They argued that the book that would reproduce so many times so bad that trying to burn them would just be a waste of time. The real reason none of Christmas works was a combination of pictures and documents from back then the declining popularity of preservation of those particular solo priorities. At the age of 8, Charlemagne began sometimes with the to Western Europe, where Central Europe, he was the first Western Empire, previous rulers centuries earlier. Charlemagne was a pivotal moment in European history as he began the Carolingian Renaissance, ushering the world into the early Middle Ages, Dark Ages, and the Middle Medieval period. He was a firm believer in education and introduced educational reforms that helped spread literacy throughout the kingdom, at least among the clergy and aristocracy. And it's said that Charlemagne was such a big proponent of education because he was personally literate. This is only half true. It's true that Charlemagne was illiterate when he was a woodman, but he was heavily focused on learning literary rather than having jesters and musicians and famous. Charlemagne instead surrounded himself with scholars who engaged in serious discussions and studies. Even though it's widely reported that Charlemagne never learned to read or write, his servant and biographer Einhard described him as being fluent in Greek, or Jake Bowler, yes. Charlemagne also found his artist who had to write Greek practices, wax tablets, and get his nothing to learn. Fortunately, I never got any good at it. Reading and writing was difficult so Charlemagne attempted to learn to write. Because of this, he was able to write later in life, which Einhard attributed to a lack of success. So Charlemagne wasn't fully literate, able to read and understand texts, but he never mastered the ability to write. St. Patrick was born in the Roman-controlled Britain around the 5th century, or maybe in the late 4th century. Although his father and his grandfather was a priest, Patrick wasn't really a believer in Christianity. That all changed, kidnapped by pirates at the age of 16 and enslaved in Ireland for 6 years. During that time, Patrick turned to God. He believed that God had facilitated his eventual escape and returned back home. After returning home, Patrick eventually worked his way up to becoming a bishop, at which point he travelled back to Ireland to work as a missionary. According to the most famous story about St. Patrick, he went into the mountains for 40 days as Moses had done on Mount Sinai. During his time, Patrick was attacked by snakes, so he chased all the snakes out of the ocean and drove him out of Ireland. He is sometimes credited with chasing demons out of Ireland as well, since the story says he was also attacked by a flock of demonic birds. Alright then, this story passes the most basic fact check, as there are indeed no snakes in Ireland. However, the absence of snakes in Ireland had already been documented about 200 years before Patrick was even born. Years after his death, Patrick eventually fast in any of his writings. There are two explanations. First, it was
Oh, yes, this would be my favorite. I'll enjoy it, or voyage, joyage, because it gives me joy. I'll listen to it after a while. Thanks.
Years ago, when the legend first began, and the other explanation for the snakes, it's possible that there are credit to Patrick simply because he was the primary patron saint of Ireland. I mean, why not? And so a challenge was issued. Man versus machine to see who was better at driving steel. There are a number of variations. Versus set to a play. And the end result
What's up? Need a hand? Alright, 1 second. Huh? What's up, Robbie? Alright. Alright.
death, Thane Brighter made it Poe. On October the 3rd, 1849, Edgar Allan Poe was found on the streets of Baltimore, barely conscious and wearing somebody else's clothes. It was an election day, and his body was found outside a tavern that was near several polling locations. According to the stranger that stumbled upon Poe's body, he was in great distress, in need of immediate assistance. Poe was rushed to the nearby Washington Medical College, but he was never able to remain conscious long enough to explain how the hell he wound up in the state that he was in. It did help that his symptoms, such as delirium, exhaustion, and headache, were extremely nonspecific. He died in the hospital 4 days later, by which point the doctors had still failed to narrow down a cause for his condition. Somebody's adding one night that he died of rabies. The official cause of death was ultimately reported in newspapers as either congestion of the brain or cerebral inflammation. This was usually a polite way to say that somebody died from something unseemly like alcoholism, although we can't be sure what the exact cause of death was. All of Poe's medical records, including his death certificate with the official cause of death, have been lost. Poe's death has remained a mystery for 175 years, but there was one theory presented in the 1870s that periodically gets rediscovered and presented as the true cause of his death. According to the theory, Poe was a victim of cooping. Cooping was a form of election fraud in which gangs would kidnap people off the streets and hold them in a chamber or cellar referred to as the coop, hence cooping. They would then either be bribed with alcohol or beaten, whichever was required to make them comply with their captors. Once it was election day, the cooping gangs would take their victim from polling station to vote. Often they would make their victims change clothes multiple times over the course of the day, allowing them to trick election officials and vote in the same location more than once. A number of biographers have presented the election fraud theory to explain Poe's death, and the story persists to this day. To be fair, it certainly makes sense given the facts that we've gone over. However, Poe reportedly didn't have any external injuries to suggest that he had been beaten into compliance. The cooping gang couldn't punch him in the face or anything, and that would make election officials immediately recognize him as the guy with 2 black eyes wearing a different shirt. but severe beatings to the body likely would have left visible bruises. While the Cooping story is possible, it's also possible that Poe died from other causes and just happened to do so on election day in someone else's clothes. Other suggested causes of death range from alcoholism to carbon monoxide poisoning to syphilis to rabies. There we go. Unfortunately, since the medical records no longer exist, we may never have an answer. In 1947, the Washington Post ran an article about Stalin that contained a story from his days as the Commissar of Munitions. One day, there was a meeting of all high-ranking commissars to discuss what to do about the famine that was ravaging Ukraine. But one of the other commissars wanted to speak about the tragedy and read of the death toll, which was in the millions. Stalin interrupted him and said, "If one man dies of hunger, that is a tragedy. If millions die, that's only statistics." The quote showed Stalin's callous nature and disregard for human life, and it has been repeated countless times in the decades that followed its original printing in that 1947 newspaper. I know the quote didn't have an idea it came from Stalin, or allegedly Stalin, but the story that was printed, it never happened. To start, Stalin never served as Commissar of Munitions. Only 3 people ever held that position, all of whom were under Stalin. But more importantly, the quote predates its attribution to Stalin. The earliest example of the quote in a form similar to this goes back to a semi-monthly anarchist magazine out of California called The Blast. In the 1960 issue, the magazine said that there was more pathos in the death of one New York waif from hunger than from a million deaths from famine in China, going on to explain that suffering could only be understood on a personal level, not on a great scale. There was also a variation of the quote going back to as early as the 1700s, though in different forms. In 1759, a work called Death, the Poetic Essay, Barley Porteous wrote, "One murder made a villain, millions a hero." Though this was expressing a different sentiment than the quote attributed to Stalin, it still highlighted how death was perceived differently depending on the number of victims. The Knights Templar were a Catholic missionary organization from medieval times. They were founded in 1118 to defend pilgrims visiting Jerusalem, and originally the organization was less than a dozen knights. Once they were officially endorsed by the Catholic Church, however, the Knights Templar quickly grew to anywhere from 15,000 to 20,000 men. Only about 10% of them were actually knights, though. In addition to being one of the most elite fighting forces in Christendom, they also functioned as a sort of medieval bank for nobility and monarchs. A ton of wealth, lands, and trust. This allowed them to lend large sums of money, safely transfer money across national borders, and hold deposits for anyone that wanted to safeguard their wealth. But that sort of power and influence inevitably corrupts, and the Knights Templar were corrupted by demonic influences. They began worshipping the goat deity, Baphomet, as a demonic idol, amongst other acts of heresy, like spitting on the cross. Eventually, the organization disappeared from the spotlight, instead becoming a shadowy cult that maintained considerable influence. Well, that's how the story is often portrayed as ending, anyway, with the Knights Templar being the subject of all sorts of conspiracies over the centuries. In reality, however, all that happened was
Played my game. It's just background noise. Alrighty. Yeah, thank you, Robbie, for the pizza.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd have to use life insurance with Ethos. It is so fast and easy. You can cancel in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. Price today at ethos.com. I'm an artist, and I'm in my studio. I'm doing ads now really faster, and I've got pain in my neck, and it's getting worse. And I'm thinking, well, I'm going to go ahead and see what Ric Flair or not that. Much better range of motion.
Sweetie, you want the other half of this for later? Huh? Well, later. No, you're stuck to someone. It's in the fridge, okay? No. I don't think so. Was it supposed to be? No onions, that's the banana pepper. You know how we like that. Huh? Monkey, I'll get you fresh water. Hang on.
Fucking idiot, faggot. Of course you don't. Oh my gosh, you just said that. I didn't mean it. Love you. Oh yeah, I was gonna listen to Orange. Excuse me. So cute.
With U.S. envoys on the prisoner exchange as part of an effort to normalize relations. An official with knowledge of the release says Amiri had been detained in Afghanistan since December of 2024 and now is on the way back to the U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance says the U.S. is considering Ukraine's request for long-range Tomahawk missiles to push back against Russian aggression. This comes after Moscow unleashed one of its largest aerial attacks to date, with dozens dead and injured. Sharp contrast to civilian lives. Correspondent Steve Harrigan is in the Russian capital.
Come on, guys, quit.
640 missiles No nationality,
No politics is the way in today's Russia. No street protests, no critical posts online, no reports of casualties, no death toll, no use of the word war. The conflict in Ukraine is called a special operation. The crime of spreading false information can bring up to 70 years in prison. For some Muscovites, the war is a distant inconvenience.
it's becoming very difficult to get parts from my boy made.
Despite the aggressive push by Russia, there's been no major breakthrough on the battlefield this summer, where advances are measured by the meter. Ukraine hopes to shift the balance with long-range Tomahawk missiles. Some analysts say President Trump's reading what
he said and reading the express advances that as well as the Secretary alluded the answer to
Russian officials say if Tomahawks are provided, they want to know who will be firing them, Ukrainians or Americans, and who will be setting the targets. Tomahawks have a range of 1,500 miles, 3 times the distance between Moscow and Kiev. Brett?
Steve Erickson in Moscow. Steve, thanks. Up next, the war of words over immigration enforcement in and around Chicago. We'll take you there live. First, beyond our border tonight, voters in Moldova give the country's pro-Western governing party a clear parliamentary majority, defeating pro-Russian groups over the weekend. European leaders are hailing Moldovans for reaffirming their commitment to a Western path and future membership in the European Union in the face of alleged Russian interference. And this is a live look at Wellington, New Zealand. The big stories there tonight. New Zealand's annual bird election is contested by parrots, songbirds, and cute puffball robins. But this year's winner is a mysterious falcon that we're not thinking twice about eating all of them. The New Zealand falcon was crowned bird of the year today. The contest draws attention to New Zealand's native bird species, with 80% designated as being in trouble to some degree. Some of the other stories beyond the tonight.
I know that was good practice right before
Yeah. Cool, I fucking died. Some faggot killed, some idiot killed me. Oh, cool. I think I'm gonna go do TOA. I don't have to worry about people and doing something I know how to do. Brewery store's good. Yeah, we just need for plenary stores. Pre-pot's good. Charges are good. Upgrades.
I thank God every day for those that have donated and continue to donate. There are so many veterans out there that need help. One of the purpose is someone throwing you a life jacket when you're drowning and helping you survive.
Call online with your gift of $19 a month. We'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
During the national anthem, when you hear the words, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I'm gonna go play VR real quick, actually. And then come back and do some TOA. Alright,